Just watch me.
It's one small step for man. Oh, the humanity.
Welcome to TimeChase, the history quiz. Now here's your host, Sheldon Turcott.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Catherine. Hi there, and welcome to TimeChase, where knowledge of history can really pay off, and you can have some great fun playing along with us at home. Now let's meet the three contestants for today's show. First, we'll welcome Nathan Schuster. Hi there, Nathan.
How are you, Sheldon?
Very well. You're retired. What did you do before you retired?
I was an English high school teacher for 30 years.
Terrific. Okay, we'll talk about that a bit later. Jeff Novak, a disc jockey. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
This is a first on the show, a disc jockey. What is it, top 40? What kind of music?
It's different depending on the different clubs that you work in.
Oh, it's not on radio. It's in person.
No, it's in clubs.
Oh,
yes.
so that's an interesting career. Our returning champion lawyer, Jack Ramirez, is now going for his second win. Nice to see you again, Jack.
Good to be back, Sheldon.
You rang up a big score on the last show. You confident about today?
Well, they look like two very good players there. I'll do my best.
Well, good luck to you. Good luck to all three of you. Let's get the game underway right now. As usual, we'll be chasing 6 decades in history in round 1, and that's our speed round. Here are the decades: 270s BC, the 1470s, the 1620s, the 1870s, the 1910s, and as usual, a time chase mystery category, which could be from any period in history. Jack is the returning champion. You select first.
Thank you, Sheldon. Let's start with 270s BC, please.
Here's the first question of the match. Puppetry, cooking, or medicine? Which did Romans learn from their Greek prisoners of war? Jack.
Medicine.
That's the correct answer. You're on the board with 10 points. Next question. Colossus of Rhodes, Great Sphinx, or pyramids? Which wonder of the ancient world was a statue of the sun god? Jack?
Colossus of Rhodes.
That's the correct answer. Next question. Pyramids, lighthouse, or hanging gardens? What ancient wonder was built at Pharaoh's Egypt in the harbor? Jack?
That would be the lighthouse.
That's the correct answer. Here's the final question for this decade. Iberian, Palestinian, or Indian? What culture flourished under the influence of Greece and Carthage? Jeff?
Palestinian.
That is not correct. Was it Iberian or Indian? Jack?
Indian.
Not right. The answer is Iberian. Okay, we'll go to another decade, and Jack, you select.
Let's jump over to the 1620s.
1620s. Here's the first question. Huguenots, Puritans, or Methodists? Who did the settlers of New France want banned from their colony? Jeff?
The Huguenots.
That's the right answer. You're on the board. Next question. Germany, India, or the Netherlands? In 1621, what United Provinces renewed their war with Spain? Jack?
The Netherlands.
Right answer. Question. Vincent van Gogh, Frans Hals, or Rembrandt van Rijn? What great Dutch master painted The Laughing Cavalier? Jack?
Rembrandt.
Not right. Was it Vincent van Gogh or Frans Hals? Jeff?
Halls.
Hals is the right answer. Final question in this decade. Philadelphia, Albany, or Halifax? Where was the first Dutch colony in North America? Nathan?
Philadelphia.
Not correct. Was it Albany or Halifax? And Jack?
Albany.
Albany's the right answer. You select the next decade.
Let's try the 1470s, please.
Here's that first question in that decade. The Portuguese, the Italians, or the Germans? Who discovered West Africa's Gold Coast? Jack?
Portuguese.
Portuguese is right. In 1470 was the year. Question. Richard the Lionheart, Henry VI, or Henry VIII? What founder of Eton College was murdered in the Tower of London? Jack?
Henry VI.
Correct. 1471 was the year. Question. Machiavelli, Dante, or Leonardo? Who wrote The Divine Comedy? Nathan? Time's
Dante.
up. Time's up. Sorry. Machiavelli, Dante, or Leonardo? And we'll ask Jeff or Jack. And Jack, you rang in.
Dante.
Dante is the right answer. Final question for 1470s. Hubble, Socrates, or Copernicus? What astronomer was born in Poland? Jeff?
Copernicus.
That's the right answer in 1473. And Jeff, you select the next decade.
I'll try the 1870s.
Here's the first question. Mr. Holmes, Mr. Watson, or Mr. Smith? Who was the first person to receive a phone call from Alexander Graham Bell? Jack.
Mr. Holmes.
That is not right. Was it Mr. Watson or Mr. Smith? Jeff.
Mr. Watson.
Mr. Watson is right. Do you know what the first words were? Mr. Watson, come here. I want you. You all knew that, didn't you? Question. The Elgin Marbles, the Rosetta Stone, or Cleopatra's Needles? What Egyptian obelisks were moved to New York and London? Jeff.
The Rosetta Stones.
That is not right. Was it the Elgin Marbles or Cleopatra's Needles? Jack.
Cleopatra's Needles.
Right you are. 1878 was the date. Dostoevsky, Dickens, or Tolstoy? What Crime and Punishment author also wrote The Brothers Karamazov? Jeff.
Dostoevsky.
Right you are. Final question for the 1870s. Post, Berlitz, or Mondo? What schools of language had their beginnings in Providence, Rhode Island? Jack?
Berlitz.
Berlitz is the right answer by German-American teacher Maximilian Berlitz. Let's recap the scores right now. Jack, 100 points. Jeff, 50. Nathan, you're not on the board yet, but there's plenty of action to come in the strategic part of the game. We call that double or nothing, and we'll get to it right after the break. Welcome back to Time Chase. Before we start the double or nothing round, let's take a few moments to find out a bit more about our players. First, Nathan Schuster, our retired teacher. You have a number of interesting hobbies, film and current events, of course, but there's also a thing in here called a cattle drive. Tell us about that.
Well, 2 weeks ago, I took part in a cattle drive in Wyoming.
Really?
Stayed on a horse for about 8 days.
Why?
Well, it's something I've always enjoyed, and now I have the time to pursue some of these dreams that I have had.
Did you do it alone or with go
No,
out
there were
with
7
people?
other people. We drove 1,200 head of cattle, 85 miles.
Hey, it was quite an experience.
It was quite an experience.
Any
Something quite memorable.
buddy get away? Any mavericks on the trip at all?
Well, you know, these cattle keep getting to the right and to the left, and you follow them, and you find yourself on a mountain overlooking a wonderful scene, or in a gully somewhere, and there's just always, every day, every couple of minutes, something surprising and delightful.
That's a terrific story, Nathan. Jeff Novak, our disc jockey who appears in person and not on radio. You must have a lot of equipment to truck around.
Actually, most of the time the clubs have their own equipment.
They supply it.
They do.
Some disc jockeys don't, though. They take along their own because they have specialties.
That's true. That's true.
Okay. What's the hot music today? What's really popular?
High energy dance music is probably about the most popular.
Is the Macarena, is it still going on? Bang,
That's
bang,
sort
touch
of,
here? I don't know. I can't do it. I'm not coordinated.
Sort of had its day,
It's
think.
gone?
I believe
Oh,
it
I was
is.
just getting the hang of it. I'm halfway there.
I think they're only doing it in stadiums now.
Okay. Our current champion, Jack Ramiri, lawyer, politics, and martial arts. What about the martial arts?
Well, Sheldon, I've been quite the dilettante in martial arts, studied several styles, Taekwondo, which is a Korean karate, classical Japanese karate, which is called Shotokan, and another Okinawan combat art called Ishinryu. So I've been all over the map.
And you practice this all the time. Is that mainly a foot thing, or is it body and feet, the whole thing?
Depends on the style. Something like Taekwondo is more a kicking art, and some of the other styles are more balanced, and some other styles use grappling more than blows.
Any big injuries you've had?
Oh, one bloody nose.
Yeah, oh, that's not too bad considering what you do. Jack, you've won 1 game. Should you win 4 more, you'd win our grand prize. Let's tell you and the folks at home what that prize would be.
An electronic keyboard from Yamaha. Play the PSR 520 portable electronic keyboard and be your own band. With our Easy Play system, 141 digitally created voices, you can instantly play any style of music from Yamaha.
Okay, now let's play Double or Nothing. In this round, you not only pick a decade, but a section of the Time Chase record from the past. Here they are right now, beginning with love stories of the 1120s, the Revolutionary War of the 1770s, the Right Stuff, 1850s, Earth News, 1940s, Dark Days, 1990s, and our usual Time Chase mystery category, which could be from any period in history. Jack, you select.
Gotta go with the Revolutionary War, please.
Here's the first question. Rebels, loyalists, or patriots? Which were colonials who remained loyal to Britain? Nathan.
They were the people that came to Canada. They were called the United Empire Loyalists.
Loyalists. Okay, you got it in. Do you want the double or nothing question?
Yeah, I'll take the double or nothing.
Where in North America did half of the Loyalists flee to at the end of the Revolution?
Canada.
That's right, British North America. We would accept Canada. Full points to you. Next question. George Washington, Ethan Allen, or George Rogers Clark? What hard-drinking Kentucky militiaman took Illinois and Indiana from the British? Jack.
George Rogers Clark.
That is the correct answer for 20 points. Would you like to try to double it?
I will.
What Cumberland Gap trailblazer fought Indians on the frontier?
Meriwether.
No, the correct answer is Daniel Boone. That cost you the extra points. Question. Boston, Princeton, or Philadelphia? In 1778, what city in the Quaker state was abandoned by the British? Jack.
Philadelphia.
That's the right answer. Double or nothing.
Yes, please.
What Hudson River city did the British use as their base of operations?
New York.
Okay, you got it in just before the buzzer. Well done. Final question for the Revolutionary War. The Tidewater, the Piedmont, or the Blue Ridge? What was the coastal South called during the Revolution? Jeff.
The Piedmont.
No, was it the Tidewater or the Blue Ridge? Jack?
Tidewater.
Tidewater is right. Double or nothing.
Yes.
In December 1778, what peach state was captured by the British?
That would be Georgia.
That would be Georgia, indeed. You select.
Love stories of the 1120s, please.
Love stories of the 1120s. Love to do it for you. Question. Roger Bacon, Peter Abelard, or Geoffrey Chaucer? What charismatic churchman was involved in a tragic love affair? Nathan.
Abelard.
Abelard is right. 20 points to you. Do you want the double or nothing question?
Yes, please.
In what French city did Abelard teach theology?
Paris.
Paris is right. The full points go to you. Next question. Eloise, Denise, or Yvette? What learned young woman did Abelard fall in love with? Nathan.
Eloise.
Eloise is correct. Double or nothing.
Please.
In what Parisian cathedral was Abelard serving as a canon when he met Eloise?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame is right. The full points go to you. Question. Fiancée, wife, or mistress? Which did Eloise want to be for the sake of Abelard's career? Nathan.
Mistress.
That is correct. 20 points more. Do you want the double or nothing?
Yes, please.
After what event did Abelard insist that they must marry?
She got pregnant.
The birth of a son is the correct answer. I think we should go along and take that answer because the birth of a son was really correct. Pregnant, okay. You've got it. Here's the next question. Holy orders, flight, or poison? What were Abelard and Eloise forced to take when their marriage was discovered? Jack.
Poison.
That is not correct. Was it holy orders or flight? Nathan.
Holy orders.
That is correct for 20 points. Double or nothing.
Please.
What did Abelard and Eloise continue to write to each other for the rest of their lives?
Love letters.
Love letters, exactly. Let's look at the scores right now. Nathan, with that decade and category, you zoomed out in front, 200 points. Jack, our current champion, is 180, and Jeff, 50. Anybody's contest at this point because there's lots more action to come on part 2 of Double or Nothing. We'll get to that right after the break.
Some TimeChase contestants may receive a trip to medieval times, including dinner and show, horsemanship, jousting, and battles in authentic costume and set. Enjoy an entertaining taste of the past at Medieval Times, Exhibition Place, Toronto.
We're back with part 2 of our Double or Nothing round. Let's recap the scores right now. Nathan out in front with 200 points, Jack 180, and Jeff has 50. There are 4 categories remaining, and gentlemen, and I should tell you we will not get through all of them, but let's review it. The Right Stuff of the 1850s, Earth News, 1940s, Dark Days of the 1990s, and still to come, the TimeChase Mystery category. Nathan, you select.
I'll pick the Earth News 1940s.
Here's the first question. The Six-Day War, the Second World War, or the Korean War? What war killed more than 25 million civilians? Jeff.
Second World War.
That is the correct answer for 20 points. Would you like to try to double it?
Please.
What country saw more casualties than any other in the Second World War?
France.
That's not right. It'll cost you the points. USSR or Soviet Union was the answer we were looking for. Question. Serengeti National Park, Victoria Falls Preserve, or Zambia? What national park was set up by a colonial power in Tanganyika? Jeff.
Serengeti.
That's the right answer. Double or nothing.
No, thank you.
Okay, you'll pass. Next question for everyone. Texas, California, or Florida? In 1942, which state became the largest U.S. producer of oranges? Jack.
Florida.
Florida is the right answer. Do you want the follow-up?
Yes.
What state had previously been the largest producer of oranges?
California.
That is right. Final question for Earth News of the 1940s. World Health Organization, Oxfam, or UNICEF? What organization was founded in 1942 to fight world famine? Nathan.
Oxfam.
Oxfam is right. 20 points, double or nothing.
Please.
At what British university was Oxfam founded by Gilbert Murray?
Oxford. For
Oxford
Ox.
is correct. You get the full points, and you also select the next decade.
Dark Days, 1990s.
Dark days of the 1990s. First question. Philadelphia, Detroit, or Oklahoma City? In 1995, what city suffered a terrorist bomb attack? Jeff.
Oklahoma City.
That is correct. Double or nothing.
Please.
What nationality are the accused terrorists?
American.
Right you are. Full points to you. Next question. Uganda, Somalia, or Afghanistan? In 1992, where were U.S. troops sent to safeguard food shipments? Nathan.
Somalia.
That's the right answer. Double or nothing.
Please.
What country was scandalized after its soldiers tortured and killed a Somali civilian?
Canada, of course.
Right answer. Here's the next question. South Central Los Angeles, New York, or Chicago? What city was besieged by riots after police were acquitted of beating a black motorist? Jeff.
Los Angeles.
Since South Central Los Angeles is correct, 58 people died in the riots. Do you want the follow-up question?
Please.
Who was the black motorist that police were accused of beating?
Rodney King.
Right you are. Here's the final question for this dark days of the 1990s. Jim Jones, David Koresh, or Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh? What cult leader died in a fire in Waco, Texas? Jeff.
David Koresh.
That's the right answer. Follow up.
Please.
What was the name of David Koresh's cult? Time is up. The Branch Davidians is the correct answer. That will cost you some points, Jeff, but you select the next decade. There's 1 minute left in the game.
I'll take the time chase category.
Time Chase Mystery category. Let's reveal it to you and to everyone else. It becomes the Europe of the 1810s. Here's the first question. Good luck. Paris, Caen, or Avignon? On March 30th, 1814, what French city was entered by Allied troops? Nathan.
Paris.
Paris is correct for 20 points. The double.
Please.
What French leader was forced to abdicate by the Allies?
Napoleon.
That is correct. You get the full points. Next question. St. Helena, Corsica, or Elba? To what Mediterranean island was Napoleon exiled? Jack.
Elba.
Elba is the correct answer. Double or nothing.
Please.
What title was Napoleon allowed to keep in his exile?
Emperor.
Right you are. The points go to you. Last question of the match. The Third Republic, the Bubble, or the 100 Days? What is Napoleon's short return from exile called? Nathan.
Third Republic.
That is not correct. Was it the Bubble or the 100 Days? Jeff?
The 100 days.
100 Days is the correct answer. Double or nothing?
Please.
What dynastic order was restored to the French throne before and after the 100 Days? Time's up. It was the Bourbons or Louis XVIII. There goes the bell, and that means we have a new champion. Nathan, congratulations to you. Great contest, Jeff and Jack. You had a tough time with Nathan, but you put in a great struggle there. You'll leave us with some fine parting prizes. Thanks for being here on Time Chased. And Nathan, it's time to tell you and the folks at home what it is you've won for your fine victory.
From Indian Motorcycle, a selection of clothing that's comfortable, rugged, and looks great. A great prize from Indian Motorcycle.
Well done, Nathan. Quite amazing. We're going to be playing the bonus round with you. You'll have a choice of two topics. You can either select Latin American freedom or prelude to the Second World War. Don't answer now. You think about it. When we come back from the break, we'll be playing the bonus round with Nathan. Don't go away. Welcome back. Nathan Schuster is our new champion. He's ready to play the bonus round. Congratulations again, Nathan. Well
Thank
done.
you, Sheldon.
You know how the bonus round works? You answer 5 questions correctly, you will win $500 and this special bonus prize.
The Nikon Nuvis 60, a stylish 2x zoom compact featuring the new, smaller advanced photo system film cartridge, which means easier and more flexible photography. Nuvis by Nikon.
Before the break, Nathan, we told you could either select Latin American Freedom or Prelude to the Second World War. Which did you decide?
I'm going to go for the Prelude to the Second World War.
All right, here's your first question for $25. What treaty ended the First World War and was a direct cause of the Second World War?
Treaty of Versailles.
Right you are. $25. You want to go on? Please. What party did Adolf Hitler lead to power in Germany?
Socialist Nationalist Party.
National Socialist Party, the Nazi Party. Right. Question 3. It's worth a total of $150. Do you want it, or you take the 75 and go home?
No, I'll take whatever I can get.
All right. The question is what you're going to get. What forerunner of the United Nations was rendered ineffective partly because the United States never became a member?
It was the League of Nations.
That is correct. You want to go for question number 4. It's worth a total of $250.
Please.
What country did Hitler make part of Germany in the Anschluss?
Austria.
Right you are. Anschluss means union. Final question for $500 and the bonus prize. Do you want to take it?
Yes, I will.
Here it is. What ineffectual British Prime Minister promised peace in our time?
Neville Chamberlain.
Absolutely right. You've done it. $500 in the bonus. Congratulations,
Thank
Nathan.
you.
We'll see you on our next show as our new champion. And that's our show for today. I'm Sheldon Turcott. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on Time Chase. And by the way, play Time Chase at home on History Television's website. The address is www.historytelevision.ca. Bye for now.
Production assistance by Cambridge. Make getting down to business and reaching for the top a breeze with Lana Ease, the new active style suit by Cambridge. Beech nut cough drops have been soothing sore throats since the turn of the century. Available in honey lemon, wild cherry, menthol, and black. A traditional remedy for 100 years. Beech nut cough drops.